Hello everybody, this is Primus, and today I'm going to be showing you my rapid boat transit system, which is based off of Etho's Eats Road, and is formatted similar to a modern subway station. Each station is capable of holding 34 carts, and we currently have two models, the standard surface station as you see here, and we have a above ground station and elevated station over there. To enter the station, you simply enter one of the four doors latched onto the side of the station. Once you're inside, you will have two options, either to head along this track, or this course, northbound, or to head along this course, southbound. Now, of course, you could rotate this or do however you want with it. We are going to go northbound. So what we're going to want to do is we are going to simply step on these pressure plates and it will call us a boat. And once we are in the boat, we simply have to push a little bit. This is the only manual process in the entire system. Push like that, and now you have two options. If you want to get out and leave, you can. The boat will be sent to storage. In our case, we're going to want to depart. So we hit that button, and we exit the station. We are now along the Eats Road, heading to our destination. Arriving at the station is pretty simple as well. You'll simply coast back into the same bay that you were in before when you were departing. Again, you'll have the similar choice of whether to continue along the water pathway, or the Eats Road, or you can get out and either bound a new boat in a different direction, the opposite direction, or exit into the outside world. So we're going to exit out of our boat. We're going to step on these pressure plates. As you can see, it's going to be taken down there, put into storage, and then we can either bound a new boat to go northbound, or we can exit out. One of the problems with the Eats Road system is its difficulty to change elevation. There's two ways to do this. One is through staircasing a waterway, or in my case here, I've built a water elevator for boats. Now, we have solid water blocks, except for, I believe it's here, we have an air block. That is to slow the boat down so it does not break along these half slabs here. As you can see, we are now entering the water elevator. We are heading up, and we are slowing down, and then we can continue on our way. To drop in elevation, we will use a shaft like this, an empty shaft with some flowing water at the bottom. The boat will be slowed down by these water breaks here, simply some water non-flowing to slow the boat down so it does not crash or break into this far wall. This is simply a perspective of us going down the lowering elevation shaft. One of the fundamental dilemmas with the station is the distance between these two Eats roads. There's simply a median in between that is 5 blocks wide when coming out of the standard station. Now, many people build their Eats roads with a shared median, and what I mean by that is they'll share this middle row with the other incoming and outgoing traffic. We can counteract this by using a transition stage similar to this. Obviously, all of these stages are scalable, and what we can do here is, because we had little room to work with, we could not use standard water breaks. So what we had to rely on is some double piston extenders to simply get the boat pushing on its correct pathway, and we can transition to this very familiar Eats Road formation, which will align itself with most of the Eats Roads currently built out there in case you don't want to change your system. As we approach the first turn here, notice the double piston extender, and that will push us onto the shared median Eats Road, the standard Eats Roads if you will. And as we approach our extending area, you'll see that our boat is once again pushed in the correct direction, and we can enter the station like so. We're going to dive into the redstone now. So what we have here is the half station version, simply one half of the station in a full station, like the ones in my demonstration world. There would be another exact copy on the other side here with a Concord down the middle. So when we call a cart, we notice that a boat pops up from this, essentially just a large tube of water, one of the water elevation shafts. all this is doing is it's taking this power from the pressure plates, traveling it down, and feeding it into this dispenser here. We'll get to where the boats for that come from later. But all you have to know is that this is a solid water source so that the boats actually do float. And I'm using fences here so the boats don't break, and we have it 3 wide. It's all just precautions to make sure the boats do not break. I have had very good luck with the station, very little problems. Now, what we want to do here, what these pressure plates here do, and if you follow the cyan wool, these simply open the trapdoor. They don't do anything else. The reason that it loops around so far is just because of some other processes going along on that side. Simply just makes it a little bit harder to get the redstone there. As you can see, we have some iron bars here and some wooden fences. This is just to make sure the minecarts stay aligned. As you can see, they're actually wider than a block, so you need to have the fences instead of full blocks. That's pretty elementary to the Eats Road, though. Something worth checking Ethos channel out for. Now, what this red wool right here does is it comes from this button here. It does a very similar job to the pressure plates here. It will go through the same current and activate the trapdoor. As you can see here, we have some delay on it, though. I'll explain that a little bit later. But this also serves as a one-way gate so that the power from these pressure plates cannot trigger the logic in the mechanism for the red wool. Now, what makes this system unique is obviously we have this shaft here, and once we hit this button, instead of falling all the way down, the boat will actually fall onto this water stream here. That's the reason for the delay. We need some time to let the water flow out before we can release the boat. Water flows relatively steadily instead of the kind of random formation that lava flows in. So it's pretty reliable. I've rarely had a problem with this. And then the trapdoor will open up. And what this triggers is an RS NOR latch down here. Now, as you can see, this is in the triggered position. It's a simple RS NOR latch with 2 pistons and a redstone block. That redstone block triggers this piece of redstone, which retracts the piston, allowing the water to flow. Now, when we want to release the system, because it is an RS NOR latch, we need to hit this pressure plate here. The reason for that is simply timing, and that the boat often does not have enough time to get through there before the water retracts again, and that is due to this delay here, which we need to have to let the water flow. So it's a matter of synchronizing the timing with the flow of the water. That is pretty much it for the calling the cart and for departing and arriving, such as that. The one thing we have not covered yet is boat storage. Now, as you may have noticed, when you step on these pressure plates, the boat drops down to this lowest level here. And all this is simply a water stream that leads into a cactus, which leads into a hopper pipe. As stated before, this station can hold up to 34 boats, both in this dispenser and in the rest of these hoppers. What happens is it simply breaks on the cactus, flows along the stream of hoppers into the dispenser, where when we send the signal from these pressure plates, it will hop into the little elevator there, and we can direct it into the bay. You can get downloads for both the testing world as demonstrated here and as well as for the redstone demonstration world on the Minecraft forums page, which I'll link down in the description. You can also get MC Edit schematics for both the surface station and the elevated station if you want to put them into your world. I'm not going to be doing schematics for the track segments. They're simply just too varied. They are very easily to replicate, though. You can come on, check it out in one of the worlds. Be great, and you can learn it from there. Nothing too fancy. So, I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.